This is Colin Dixon with nScreen Media, and I'm at TV Connect 2014, and I'm going to be talking to Ben Huang. Now, Ben is head of the Mediaroom team inside of Ericsson, and Ben's going to give us an update on Mediaroom, but more importantly, he's going to give us an update on Ericsson's view of multiscreen, which is a little bit different. So, Ben, why don't you tell us about your view of multiscreen and how it differs from everybody else's?
Sure. So just by way of context, so I run marketing for the Mediaroom business inside Ericsson now. And so you're right in that we've recently gone through a series of different acquisitions, really to pull together a fuller portfolio to make a big push towards where we believe the future of TV is going. And so when we think about that, the way we talk about it internally is really pay TV at web speed. And what that means to us is how do you fundamentally rethink what pay TV would be in the way the operators can run the services if they were able to have a platform flexible enough, akin to what the large global web services are able to do. You know, things like how Facebook runs their operations, how Amazon runs their web services, and the pace of innovation, the agility, the ability to roll out features on a constant basis. That's where we believe pay TV platforms are going. And so our big task right now is how do we think about the portfolio we have and the technologies we have in this portfolio, bring them together to enable the operators to operate pay TV at web speed.
So, you've recently purchased also Azuki Systems, which was an OTT TV platform, and you're actually beginning to actually take some of those concepts already and bring them into what was the Mediaroom platform for operators. One of the things, for example, is you just showed me a demo where you're using profiles. Tell us how you're using profiles.
So you're right, we closed on the Azuki acquisition within the last month, and one of the big things that acquisition gave us was a lot of very key IP, intellectual property, in both the adaptive bitrate streaming space as well as in the content protection space. And so when we think about that, those pieces as an addition to what we're doing already within the current Ericsson TV platform profile, or portfolio, if you will, what we're able to do is create a lot more flexibility in how we approach the platform and the clients. And so, for instance, today, from a consumer perspective, they use multiple devices to view their TV experience. iPads, mobile phones, laptops, and even smart TVs. At the same time, all these devices are connected to the home network, but they're not aware of each other. They're not intelligent about each other's presence. And so one of the fundamental things that we're doing is with this web-based approach, we can give more flexibility and utilize the hardware that's resident in the two-way connectivity on these devices. And so, for example, being able to take a smartphone that has your personal profile on it and be able to give the consumers an option of mapping that profile to the TV experience through different ways that those two devices can interact with each other.
So that's actually allowing you to sort of dynamically morph the lists of shows that are showing up, even multi-screen displays, modifying those multi-screen displays, right?
Yes, so one of the things that we fundamentally believe around this is the experience should be around, the TV video experience should be around the TV video experience, anchored around a personalized experience for that consumer, right? And what that means is supporting all the devices that people watch video on today, a lot of which were not device categories even as recently as 3 years ago. And then also building the platform in a way where it's flexible enough to incorporate new types of device categories that will come up that we don't anticipate today. And so we talk about it in terms of how do you think about all these devices as equal class citizens instead of, historically, it's all been about the set-top box and then bolt-on experiences on those other devices. And to us, there's a very limited set of things you can do to fulfill against a great consumer experience when you think about it from a bolt-on only perspective.
And you're also demoing using that capability and also plugging that into the regular old guide, so you can create an OTT channel, as it were, from preference and putting that into the TV guide. That looked really interesting as well.
Yeah, so when we talk about fundamentally using web-based approaches and web-based technologies, it's also using web-based content, web-based metadata. And so in the traditional guide, how do you think about improving the traditional guide? How do you think about embedding into the traditional guide even personalized channels, allowing people to a low friction way of creating personalized channels based on interests, based on profiles that they have mapped to the TV, and then giving consumers the ability to control what they see in that personalized channel.
So it sounds like operators have got a whole new bunch of cutting edge features that they can look at if they're Media Room already. But maybe some reason for people to come to Media Room now with all of these new personalization features, right?
Definitely. We're definitely going to work with the existing media room operators, but this is broader than just media room. This is really looking at the entire Ericsson portfolio, looking at the entire set of pay TV operators and this space, which is really, for too long now, everybody's been talking about innovation in this space, and we feel like a lot of things are lining up, not only in the industry, but also with the technology investments that we're making to be able to bring all of this together to serve all types of pay TV operators.
Well, Ben, thanks very much for the update and have a great show.
Great, thank you very much.
This has been Colin Dixon with nScreen Media.